Hello everyone, welcome to the second question answer sessions on soil resources chapter, dear student. And now let us look at the first question. Okay, the question is, how is red soil formed? The answer is very simple. Red soil is formed by the disintegration of ancient metamorphic rock. Second question, what are the chemical characteristics of red soil? Dear students, here you have to write down that this soil is rich in iron oxide and in potash, but it is deficient in nitrogen, phosphoric acid, calcium, and humus. Okay, these are chemical characteristics of red soil. Next question is, what are physical characteristics of red soil? Answer is, physical characteristics of red soil are, first point, red soil is red in color when it is dry, but it is yellowish in color when it is hydrated. When that means when the soil becomes wet, its color turns to yellow. Second point, this soil is uh, friable and it does not retain moisture. Okay, that is the second point. The third point, dear student, that red soil is porous and thus it cannot retain moisture. Okay, so when we say it does not retain moisture, the reason is because the soil is porous. These are physical characteristics of red soil. Next question, where do we find red soil in India? Okay, so you can write down category wise that in South India, it is found in the states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and in Andhra Pradesh. It is also found in northwestern part of Aravalli mountain in the Rajasthan state. Then it is also found in Orissa, Chhattisgarh, and in northeastern region of India in the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, etc. The next question, dear student, that name the crops that can be grown in red soil. The first point is, actually this red soil is not very good for cultivation of crops, but we can still grow the crops with the help of fertilizer. So one of the physical characteristic about red soil, you can write down that it responds to fertilizer. And now name the crops that can be grown in red soil. So answer is maize, wheat, rice, millets. Millets means jawar, bajra, and nagli. Then you can also grow tea, cotton, sugarcane, cashew nut in this soil. Okay. The next question is, uh, what are the chemical characteristics of red soil? Laterite soil. The first point here, students, that laterite soil is rich in iron oxide and again in potash. Second chemical characteristic, it is acidic in nature, but it is deficient in phosphoric acid, calcium, nitrogen, and other major nutrients, and it is also deficient in humus. Third characteristic, this soil is coarse in texture, that means rough to the touch, and this soil becomes very hard when it dries up. Next important point, it is formed by the disintegration of laterite rock. Okay, so these are physical characteristics of laterite soil. So in chemical, you have to write about the nutrients basically, that it is rich in potash and in um, iron oxide, but it is deficient in phosphoric acid, calcium, humus, and in nitrogen. Whereas in physical characteristic, you write down about the color. Its color is red in color. This soil becomes very hard when it is dry. It does not retain moisture. Okay, these are some of the physical characteristics of laterite soil. Then how this soil is formed? So it is formed by disintegration of laterite rock. What is leaching? So leaching is a process of removal of lime and silica from uh, the laterite soil. Okay, so these nutrients get carried away by water. Okay, and in a region of heavy rainfall. The next question, dear student, here is which crops can be grown in laterite soil? So answer is laterite soil supports the growth of cashew nut, tapioca, tea, coffee, rubber, and some fruits. Next question, where do we find laterite soil in India? So we find in the western coastal region and eastern coastal, not coastal region, in a western part of India on summits of the Western Ghat, and in eastern India on the summits of Eastern Ghats. It is also found in the northeastern region of Garo, Khasi and Jayantiya hills. The next question, dear student, here is what is conservation of soil? So it is a process of stopping the soil erosion and maintaining the fertility of soil. Okay, so it's not only stopping the soil erosion but also maintaining the fertility of soil. The processes that are involved in reducing the soil erosion and maintaining the fertility of the soil is called as conservation of soil. Next, very important question. Explain the need for soil conservation. Here, students, the point number one, the rate of soil formation is extremely low as compared to the rate of soil erosion. Okay. Point number two, 1 inch layer of soil formation requires 800 to 1000 years, whereas erosion of one layer of soil can take place just in a matter of 3 to 4 years. Therefore, there is an extreme need to conserve soil. Point number two, soil is needed for growth of plants, and in the absence of soil, the plant growth, the crop growth will hamper, and there will be acute shortage of food in the world. Therefore, there is a need to conserve soil. Okay. Now, the next question, dear student, is what is soil erosion? So, it is the process of removal of soil from the earth's surface. Next question is okay, earth's surface we can add there with by water and by wind. Okay. Now, what are the types of soil erosion? Explain. So soil erosion is of three types: reel erosion, gully erosion, and sheet erosion. So let us start with reel erosion. Reel erosion is an erosion that happens when water start flowing in small channel, eroding the surface of the earth by making cut in the surface of the soil. Gully erosion happens when the deep grooves and the cuts are made by the continuous flow of water in the bedrock. So the reels actually start getting widened up and start becoming more and more deep. So gully erosion is the next step of reel erosion, whereas sheet erosion is a erosion of soil layer by layer. So when the soil gets eroded layer by layer, it is called as gully erosion. Next question is, what are causes of soil erosion? Point number one, soil erosion is caused because of deforestation. Second reason is because of overgrazing. Reason number three, because of human activities like mining, construction of works, etc. Point number four, because of improper agricultural methods like plowing parallel to the slope of the land. Okay, that is improper method of plowing. Okay, included in agricultural activity. So these are some of the reasons for soil erosion. Next question is, what are the measures then? So the measures will be putting ban on deforestation. Point number two, planting more trees. Point number three, constructing the bunds in the gully and allowing the grass to grow in the gullies. Point number four, controlling the overgrazing. Point number five, by carrying out terraced farming or by construction of the bunds on the slope of the hills and mountains. Some of these are some of the methods of preventing soil erosion. Okay. The next question, dear student, is, what do you mean by anthropogenic causes of soil erosion? Please remember that when soil gets eroded because of human activities, it is called as anthropogenic causes of soil erosion. These causes include mining activity, construction of roads and dams, deforestation, overgrazing carried out by human beings. These causes are anthropogenic causes. Then, what are agronomic measures that can be taken to control soil erosion? Agronomic measure means, dear students, the measures taken during agricultural activity. So our answer will be first one, carrying out contour plowing. Point number two, by constructing shelter belts around the cropped area. Point number three, to carry out strip cropping. Point number four, carrying out terraced farming. Okay. And point number five, to use fertilizers appropriately and increase the use of organic fertilizers and decrease the use of chemical fertilizers. These are various methods that we can take for soil conservation also, dear students. Okay. Next question is, what is contour plowing? State its benefit. Now, contour plowing is a plowing done in a in a hilly region where the plowing is done perpendicular to the slope of mountain. The benefit of this method is it reduces soil erosion, it increases the percolation of water that is ultimately useful for growth of crops. Next question, what steps you as an individual can take to control soil erosion? That means you as an individual. Point number one, we all can plant trees. Point number two, we all can help in controlling the deforestation. That means if people are carrying out deforestation illegally, we can always inform the government or government officials about it and help in controlling soil erosion. Okay, we can also participate in various activities like Vanamotsav, social forestry, where more and more trees are planted. And we can also take the steps in not allowing more water to flow on ground, carrying out uh, water percolation in our area. So less the amount of water flow, less will be soil erosion. So we can at least control the flow of water by collecting that water on terraces maybe in the tanks in our house, and so on. Now, some of the give reason type of questions, dear students. Okay. Now, red soil is red in color. Why? Answer is red soil is red in color due to the presence of iron oxide. If the question is why laterite soil is red in color, again answer is same, because of presence of iron oxide. Now, red soil is not very good for cultivation. The answer is it is porous, so it does not retain moisture. Point number two, it is slightly acidic. Point number three, it consists of potassium and iron oxide, but it lacks the major nutrients like phosphoric acid, nitrogen, humus. That is why it is not very good for cultivation. Okay. Now, red soil is suitable for dry farming. Answer is dry farming is a farming that is done during rainy season. Now, as red soil does not retain moisture, so in non-rainy season, there will be no water present in the soil. So therefore, cultivation is not possible. Therefore, it is suitable for dry farming, which does not require much water. Next question. Though red soil is not suitable for cultivation, crops can still be grown in it. The answer is because this soil responds to fertilizers. That is a very important character. Next question, dear student. Red soil is in situ soil. Now, in situ soil is that soil which is found where it is formed. As red soil is formed by the disintegration of metamorphic rocks, ancient metamorphic rocks, and the soil does not flow away. Therefore, it is found where it is formed. Therefore, it is in situ soil. The next question here is laterite soil is red in color, and I already told you due to the presence of iron oxide. Laterite soil is not very good for cultivation. Again, the answer is same. It here many minerals from this soil get leached. This soil doesn't have many nutrients, and it therefore not very good for cultivation. Third point, it is also acidic in nature, that does not allow the use of chemical fertilizers in it. Therefore, it is not good for cultivation. Now, laterite soil is used for making bricks. Why? The answer is laterite soil, when it becomes dry, becomes very hard like rocks. And that is why it is used for making bricks. Now, we must use organic fertilizers in laterite soil. The answer is laterite soil is acidic in nature. If we use chemical fertilizers, they consist of bases. So base from a chemical fertilizer combines with acid present in laterite soil, forming salt and water, and salty soil is not good for cultivation. Therefore, we have to use organic fertilizer which doesn't form salt and water. Okay. Now, the next question is soil conservation is a need of our. The answer is very simple, that the rate of soil formation is very low as compared to the rate of soil formation. So the rate of soil erosion is extremely high as a case in as compared to the rate of soil formation. Therefore, soil needs to be conserved in order to have proper agricultural production for ever increasing population of the world. Next question. Trees must be planted on a slope of mountains. Yes, students, the answer is on a slope of mountains. the speed of water is faster, causing more soil erosion. Therefore, we must plant the trees because roots of the trees hold the soil and does not allow soil to flow away. Second point, the trees also obstruct the, the speed of water. It actually obstructs water and reduces the speed of water, and therefore reduces the soil erosion. That is why trees must be planted on mountain slopes. Next question is, overgrazing must be prevented. Dear students, here you can write down that overgrazing causes grass cover to get reduced. Because of that, water can flow easily on the land because grass cover is lost, which would have obstructed the flow of water, and therefore erosion rate increases. Second point, the movement of animal on the land makes the soil loose and increases the rate of soil erosion. That is why it is important to control overgrazing, or we must prevent it. Next question, grass must be grown in gullies. Now, the simple reason, the grass holds the soil and it also reduces the speed of water. This is how it will reduce the flow of water and control the gully erosion. Next question, we must encourage the use of organic fertilizers. Dear students, we have to write down that chemical fertilizers combine with the natural acids present in soil, forming salt and water, and in this way, in a long period of time, the soils become salty or saline, which are not good for cultivation. That is why we must encourage use of organic fertilizers which do not cause salination of soil. Okay, now in exam they might ask you question like differentiate between red soil and laterite soil. First point, red soil is formed by the disintegration of ancient metamorphic rock. Laterite soil is formed by the disintegration of laterite rock. Red soil is fine in texture. Laterite soil is coarse in structure. Red soil is red in color, but it is yellowish in color when it is hydrated. But the red soil, laterite soil is red in color even though it is hydrated. Next point, uh, red soil does not become very hard when it is dry. Laterite soil, upon losing moisture, becomes very hard. So in this way, you can write down various points. Gully erosion and rill erosion. Gully erosion happens when the deep grooves are formed in a bedrock by the flow of water for a longer period of time. Rill erosion is the erosion when small channel of water start eroding the surface of earth, forming small grooves in the soil. Gully erosion is more dangerous as the gullies are very wide and deep. Rill erosion is just the beginning of initial stage, actually the initial stage of gully erosion. Okay, so you can write down in this way many points, dear student. Okay, question can be differentiate between red and black soil. In that case, please remember you will be writing the characteristics as the differences between the two soils. Okay, characteristics. Example, red soil and black soil. So red soil is red in color to yellowish in color. Black soil is black to chestnut brown in color. Second point, red soil is formed from ancient metamorphic rock. Black soil is formed from disintegration of basalt rock. Okay, in this way, dear student, characteristics to be written, not the crops that are grown and not where it is from. Okay, now let us look at some of the MCQ based questions, dear students. Okay, I have just taken few of them just to give you an idea that what type of questions are asked and how to attempt them. Our question number 1 is the process of removal of soluble salts from soil is known as dash. Okay. Options are pedogenesis, leaching, lithification, agglomeration. So the answer here is leaching. Okay. So you will be writing here B, and you can also write down after B the actual answer. It is leaching. Okay. Which of the following soils is best suited for cotton cultivation? Now red, black, laterite and alluvial soil. Here answer is B, black soil. We have already studied that this black soil is also called as black cotton soil because it is so much suitable for cultivation of cotton. Okay. Now the next question. Soil rich in iron oxide is which of the soil is rich? Alluvial soil, black soil, laterite soil, both laterite and red soil. The answer is both laterite and red soil. The reason is both of them are red in color, and the red color is due to the presence of iron oxide. Question 4. An agricultural method leading to soil erosion. That means because of this activity during agricultural practice, soil erosion occur. The first one is plowing parallel to the slope of the mountain, contour plowing, plowing perpendicular to the mountain slope, crop rotation. Among them, A is the correct option because that is causing more amount of soil erosion. Now, dear students, question 5. It is very important to plant shelter belt because it helps in reducing speed of flowing water and prevent soil erosion. That's correct. It checks cattle movement and prevents soil erosion. That's not correct. It checks the speed of wind and prevents soil erosion. That is also correct. It checks all types of erosion. That is not correct. Actually, the shelter belt's main work is option C. Now, please remember, shelter belt is nothing but the plants that are planted at the edge of the farm in order to prevent the soil erosion due to wind. So therefore our answer will be C. Then students, question number 6 here is name the soil formed due to leaching process. Answer is laterite soil. So we will be writing here A. Which of the following is not important for soil formation? Topography, that means relief feature, it is important. Parent rock, yeah, it is also important. Plants and animals growing in that region, this is also important. Annual range of temperature, that means maximum and minimum temperature difference, no, this is not required. So our answer will be D. Which of the following is a non-agronomic measure, that means not related to agriculture? No, contour plowing is related to agriculture. Terrace farming related to agriculture. Crop rotation is also related to agriculture. Plugging the gully is not related to agriculture. This is a non-agronomic measure. So our answer should be D, that is plugging the gullies. Question 9. Soil formed from disintegration of gneiss and granite rocks. Remember, both of them are ancient metamorphic rock, and by the disintegration of ancient metamorphic rocks, red soil is formed. Option will be B. Which of the following is not a characteristic of black soil? Coarse, sandy and porous. Now, black to chestnut brown, yes. This soil is rich in iron, potash, lime, calcium, yes. It develops cracks when it is dry, yes. It is coarse, sandy and porous, that's false option. So your answer will be A. Okay, so that way, dear student, if you know your text thoroughly, if you read your lessons thoroughly, you will be able to answer the MCQ based questions easily. Okay. Now, one more type of question now that is to be studied is the map work. Now, if the question is asked, show red soil in southern part of India, so you will be showing it here, southern part of India. Okay. Now, if the question is northwestern part of India, so red soil northwestern part is over here. If they are shown in a northeastern part, so remember you have to exclude this part, and this remaining part is the area of red soil. Okay. So please remember the questions will be specific. Northeastern region, so you will be showing only here. Northwestern region, northwest, so you will be showing only over here. If they ask in southern India, so you will be showing only in this part. Okay. Now, dear students, sometimes the question is asked, show black soil in Gujarat. So this is the region of black soil in Gujarat. Or if the question is asked, show the black soil in a state that occupy where it is found in a maximum quantity. So it is found in a maximum quantity in a state of Maharashtra. So here will be black soil found in Maharashtra. Okay. So you have to look at the words carefully. What are they saying? That means what type of question is asked. If the question is asked, show alluvial soil in north central part, so you will be showing it over here. Northwestern part, you will be showing over here, Punjab and Haryana part. Eastern India, so you will be showing it over here, alluvial soil. Okay. If the question is asked, show the deltaic alluvial soil. So here at a delta of river Mahanadi, delta of both Godavari and Krishna river, and delta of Kaveri. So this will be the deltaic alluvial soil. If the question is asked, show the alluvial soil in northeastern part. So please remember, dear student, it will be present near river Brahmaputra, this region. Please remember, laterite soil is there for theory part. It is not there for the map. Okay. So in this way, you must have noticed that map work for soil resources is pretty easy, and you will be definitely able to do it very easily. Okay. So may God bless you, dear students, and thank you.